Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the IceWorks Pub and Grill for yet another edition of the Aston Rebels Coaches Corner. It looks like we're having a microphone issue or a headset issue. We want to make sure that is taken care of. Are we good? Okay, we are good. As the person giving me the issue is, of course, head coach Joe Coombs. Thanks so much for joining us once again.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, extremely successful weekend.
It was.
You know what, going to Johnstown, very tough place to play. We've talked about that before. Take all 4 points. So, talk a little bit about the weekend, how it went for you.
I don't know if I could have been happier.
Wait a second, you're the head coach. You're not supposed to be happy.
Well, you know what? I've been watching a lot of Flyers hockey here. Dave Haxtell never smiles, and I don't know how he does that. You know, I know he's obviously pretty level-headed, but he doesn't smile. So I don't want to be that guy that never smiles. I like Dave. I know Dave, but I want to see him smile.
Well, this is a game of passion. I mean,
it is.
You want to see a guy smile. Heck, if Lou Lamoriello can smile, anybody can.
There you go. No, we went in with a purpose. I really felt that. You know, I'm surely we've played some really good hockey games this year. You know, I don't know how many great ones we've played back to back, but we surely have played some good ones, and you know, we really. You know, I thought we had a good week beforehand, and wanted to, wanted to get off to a good start, and we didn't. We had a rough first, but I really felt that we just kept getting better and better as the weekend went on, and you know, we found a way to win on Friday night. I thought on Saturday night, you know, Hansen had come up with big saves both nights, but they were timely saves, but overall, our effort, our execution level was all really high. So I'm pretty happy with you know, the weekend before we had, or last 2 weeks before that, we were, you know, 5 games, 8 days, and we turn around and go into Johnstown, which is a really tough place to win, and we found a way to do it. So I'm a pretty happy guy at this point.
Yeah, going through the games quickly. First game, you go down 2-0. Very easy to think, you know, in Johnstown, oh, here we go again. But Dom Garcia strikes in the second. Krista Perez ties it up in the third. And then Frank Smellman picks up the winner. That must have been very important to get back in that game. Again, the mood on the bench, down 2-0. What was it?
You know, I don't think our guys get... I think at 2-0, I don't think our guys get... I don't think they get too wound up. 3, you know, that's a big hole. But, no, I thought their composure was good. Like I said, we weren't playing well. Hanny had kept us in. He had made some timely saves. You know, we sort of feed off the goal. We feed off the nice play. You know, good shifts, you know, where we maintain pressure for 45 seconds, a minute, you know, and you know, they scored that second goal. They went up 2-0, and the next shift out, Dom, you know, they had a great play off a 3-man entry, and next thing you know, Dom's got the puck and sidesteps a hit and absolutely, you know, ripped it, you know, which was a great goal. So that sort of gave us some life, and I felt after that we took the game over. I thought they were a little short-handed as well. They had two key cogs in their wheel that didn't play, but I thought their top players had played a lot on Friday night, and then on Saturday night I thought we could take advantage of them as long as we had more guys that played better, and I thought we did, so it was good.
It also makes sense to have a Hansen play both games. Hansen in Johnstown, that's an easy joke to make, considering that's where Slapshot was made.
He had his goggles on.
He didn't have to strap on the foil, though, which is very interesting, because last time you guys met up there, it was a lot of penalties. Now, was there a concerted effort to stay away from everything?
Yes. Yeah, there was. It was, and I like a good fight. I'm a traditionalist, and you know, sometimes you have to understand as a coach what you have as a team and what you don't. And they have a group of guys over there that they're a nice hockey team, but they feed off the big hit. They feed off the fight, and we're not that kind of team. I mean, do we have some guys that can do it? Absolutely. But we're not that kind of team that the other guys feed off it. You know, we got a small handful of guys that don't mind playing like that, and we can surely answer anybody's call. But we want to get up and down the ice and play hockey and make plays. And you know, that game that happened when we were up 2-0 and they came back, we let it happen to us. We, you know, they had a lot of momentum off a fight that they lost, and just because they fought, their crowd, their crowd gets into it, and they didn't win the fight to begin with, and turn a little bit of a gong show there for a few minutes, and they feed off that. And we talked about it and just make a conservative effort to not let that happen again. So that was our goal.
Game 2, much more in the way of a back and forth game as compared to coming back from a 2-0 deficit. Garcia started it off once again, picked up 2 goals in the game, 3 on the weekend. Eastern Division Player of the Week. Talk about his performance just a little bit over the weekend.
Oh, Dom's been absolutely fantastic since day one. He had a little bit of rough go, like a lot of guys. You're trying to sort things out as the year starts, and you're trying to see who fits where and who's a good team guy and who can do what and who can do. And Dom, I think Dom at one point, I'm going to say probably 6 straight. I know it was 6 straight that he didn't play. He got a chance to play and really walk through the door and has made the best of it. I couldn't be happier for him as a young man and a teammate and a person, and I just think the world of him as a player and a kid. And this weekend he was surely rewarded with Player of the Week this week, and the progression he's gone through as a young man, as a player. He's getting a lot of Division I interest at this point, so I'm really happy for Dom, and quite frankly, awful happy he's on our hockey team.
Another guy who's really stepped up since being moved over is Eric Carreras, picking up the game winner on Saturday. He doesn't just score the goals; he scores them at just the right time. He's very timely that way.
He surely has been. He's a quiet kid. Doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, we had him on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he doesn't say a whole lot. I didn't even know coming in here he was so close of friends with Colton McMiniman. So they're buddies, and it's been a really nice fit for us and our team. It's I miss Connor Wood personally, and I'm sure some of, if not all of our guys do. But Eric's the opposite. Woody was real loud and had a good time every day, and Eric really reserved, and he's older and he brings a little bit more of that maturity level, I maybe should say, and Eric's surely scored some timely goals. I was really happy with him because I thought he struggled on Friday night. I thought he struggled bad. He wasn't skating, and then he responded like a veteran should on Saturday night. I thought his compete level, his 1v1 battle, I thought was maybe the best game he'd played for. So really happy to, he's not the overly biggest guy, and to go into a big building like that against a big hockey team and compete like he did, and to find a way to get that 3rd goal was pretty impressive.
So with the weekend sweep, guarantee the number 2 seed. You're going to get home ice at least in the first round. Right now, you put yourself in position to win the regular season title. You win 3 straight, nothing anybody can do to catch you. That's obviously not the focus, but it would be very nice to maybe raise a banner just to start things off the first year with the Aston Rebels. Not the banner you want to raise at the end of the year, but a nice stepping stone.
I'm absolutely. It'd be great to have something in this rink other than Newman and it's a great rink. Don't get me wrong.
Put the Rebels stamp on.
Yeah, but we need some stamp on this. But I'm a process guy. I always have been. It's always about doing things the right way more often than not, and focusing on doing it so it becomes second nature. And the way we're playing right now, if we can continue with our process, what has allowed us to be good, we need to get off to a little bit better start. That will all take care of itself. And is it nice? Sure, it's nice. But at the end of the day, in fact, I heard a comment not too long ago about in every macho game, whether it be basketball, football, hockey, it doesn't matter. You're playing over a diamond. You're playing over a piece of jewelry. You have these macho men out here that all they want is a ring.
That's right.
And I'm fortunate to have a few of them, but I know these kids want it. And as a coach, there's nothing better than to stand back and watch your team celebrate, whether it be a good win or a championship. Or I think as a coach that these are kids and we're grown men, and it's awful rewarding to see these young men grow and become better people, and to see them win, and whether it be an East Division title or Robertson Cup, we'll be proud of them regardless. But our process is what matters most.
Well, we're on our way towards the playoffs. Only 3 more games to go in the regular season. Actually, 4 more games to go in the regular season, 3 here at home. We'll talk more about that later in the show. When we do come back, we'll have our players spotlight, and we will talk to Carter Willey and Michael Underwood in just a few minutes. Yeah, we were talking before. We were talking a little bit before, and they're not going to have any problem interacting with us. They don't have any problem with it. They're already smiling and having a good time. So, looking forward to that. So, we can take a quick break. When we come back, we will have our player spotlight as you continue to watch the Aston Rebels Coaches Corner.
Thanks, Dan.
All saves by an Aston Rebels goaltender are brought to you by the Mike Costanzo Farmers Insurance Agency, where he can save you money on auto and home insurance. Just go to farmersagent.com/mcostanzo.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Are you hungry? Check out the Aston Pizza Company at 600 Convent Road in Aston for great pizza, cheesesteaks, hoagies, wings, sandwiches, stromboli, calzones, and more. Call 610-558-9292 for delivery or visit astonpizzacompany.com. The Dragon Box is a smart TV box that streams in HD with no monthly fees or contracts. It will give you access to thousands of movies, TV, live sports, boxing, UFC events, and 3D movies, all in HD. Visit www.thedragonbox.com today. Choice Clean Gear is the professional choice for cleaning of all types and brands of sports equipment. We use a patented, fully engineered cleaning system in our state-of-the-art facility that completely washes and sanitizes without damaging equipment like many front-loading wash systems. Best of all, we guarantee to have your equipment cleaned and on the way back to you in less than 72 hours. Visit cleanhockeygear.com today for more information. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the IceWorks Pub here in Aston, Pennsylvania for the Aston Rebels Coaches Corner. It's player spotlight time, and we welcome on Carter Woolley and Michael Underwood. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We'll start off with Carter, 18 years old from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make sure we get that correct. 4 seasons in the Oakland Junior Grizzlies organization, from Bantams to 16 and unders to 18 and unders. Drafted a few times in your career. Mississauga Steelheads in the OHL.
Yep.
The Muskegon Lumberjacks, the USHL, and then here with the Aston Rebels. Has to be a pretty cool deal to get noticed by some pretty high-level clubs, especially the OHL.
Yeah, you know, it's always a special feeling when you work so hard at something and, you know, it gets recognized. And I think, you know, all players in Tier 1 and AAA, or at least everyone I've played with, you know, they want to play in the higher leagues, play in junior leagues, and I think, you know, it was a really special feeling getting drafted into all 3. But yeah, it's special.
Now, your dad, Jason Willie, longtime NHLer. We'll go through the list. Detroit, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Florida, and Washington. Did I get them all? I think I got them all.
Yeah, you got them.
Okay, give us an idea of how it was to grow up, in a way, in NHL locker rooms. I'm sure a lot was learned there.
Yeah, you know, it's a really unique situation when your dad plays in the NHL and you can be around all those top-tier players and you can, you know, go into the locker room after games, and it's special. And
well, you know what? Is it special? I mean, for you, it's just growing up. I mean, as for guys like me, you know, guys like me who have never, you know, don't have that experience, it's like, wow, that's awesome. But for you, it's like, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I was around it all my life, so you know, I guess you can say I got used to it, but it's still pretty cool when you think about it.
Well, it kind of keeps you grounded as well. You kind of think about it and go, wow, I got a chance to really learn from a lot of guys that your dad got to play with.
Yeah.
Now, were there any players that your dad did play with that kind of you emulate, or you saw that him and wow, this is someone I want to really kind of take after? Like someone I could picture, I don't know if he played with him, is someone like Yager, who he's my age. And he's still, after games, is working out for 2 hours.
Yeah, you know, that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
At his age, yeah. But yeah, my dad played with Yager in Pittsburgh. I wasn't born yet, but I still see clips of him when he played in Pittsburgh, and it's awesome seeing that kind of stuff. Like, it's awesome going back and watching old clips of your dad and him in the Olympics and in the shootout.
Nice.
The shootout.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about this before. The first ever shootout in Olympic history?
Yeah, Canadian. From a Canadian. Put it high glove, I believe.
Oh yeah, you did.
Sniped it, and it's really cool going back and watching those videos. And
That's something your dad talks about, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, when he was. He goes to pick up the puck, and you can tell he's all cocky and confident. It's really funny.
Now here with the Rebels, how are you enjoying the Philadelphia area so far?
It's not too different from back home, but it's definitely a new experience. Living away from your family, and I think it's a great thing personally because you learn so many different things growing up, and being able to move to a different city or state, and doing things on your own, making sure you're getting to practice on time, not having to get a ride from your parents. It's cool. It's a cool experience.
Now we move on to Michael real quick. 17 years old.
Yeah.
From Bloomfield Hills as well. Not Rochester Hills, as some people have mentioned. Out of the Little Caesars organization. That is an organization that, if you follow the bantam level and that level, it is one of the top organizations in the entire country. If you're a hockey follower, you know exactly what Little Caesars is. And of course, you move on to the Oakland Junior Grizzlies as well. Again, two of the top youth organizations in the state of Michigan, which is one of the states of hockey in this country.
Yeah, no, it was really cool for sure, because when I played for Little Caesars, played for them for 5 years. We won 3 in a row state championships. 4th year, we made it to the state finals and lost. And we're the #1 team in the country for 4 years straight, so it was really cool. Had a great opportunity to play for some great coaches, play with some great players, and the same at Oakland. Great coaches, great players. It was a blessing.
Now in 2014, drafted by the Fargo Force of the USHL. Had to feel good to be on the radar and wanted by USHL Tier 1 team.
Yeah, it was nice knowing all my hard work paid off. Still got a lot to do, but it was nice to get that validation and say, okay, we know how hard you've been working and we know how well you've been playing. So it was really cool.
Now you played in your second season in Oakland. You got a chance to go down to play with the Rio Grande Valley Killer Bees.
Yep.
And again, the predecessor of the Aston Rebels. How does something like that come about? Were you already signing up, and they just wanted you for a couple of games, or?
Well,
give me an idea.
I tendered last year around November.
Okay.
And so I went down this middle of December and played a game in Lone Star. And then I also went down at the end of March for a week to see how the city was and make sure I liked it, and I wanted to go down there and live there, because before we didn't know we were moving here. So went down there, checked it all out, played a couple games. So it was cool.
Certainly different going. I'll mention this for both of you, because I believe you played for Rio Grande as well for a game or two.
Yeah, I played 2 games in Rio. It was a really cool experience. It's
going from just north of the Canadian border,
yeah,
and now being just north of the Mexican border.
Yeah.
And now people think I misspoke, but yes, most of
yeah.
Michigan, you have to go south to go into Windsor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has to be very interesting to go from such an extreme north to such an extreme south.
Oh yeah, it was crazy, because we're 20 minutes from the border at home, and when we went down to Rio, the rink was 1.2 miles from the Mexico border. So it was pretty crazy.
We're getting a signal. We got to move our drink here. I think that's mine, actually. Sorry about that. Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy being that close. I remember going down there, and we
live
had
TV, guys. Live TV.
We had to practice. We had to practice at a different arena. So we got half dressed at their home rink, and we drove over. And one of the kids said, "Hey, look over there." And I looked, and it was a little hill, and it was the bank of the Rio Grande River.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there were Border Patrol agents sitting on top, just in their cars, right across.
So in spite of what some politicians may think, yeah, there are people watching the border down there. Move here to the Rebels. Solid defensive season so far. We were talking off air. Goals and assists don't mean a thing to you. It's all about that plus minus, and right now it's at a solid +6.
Yeah.
Whether that's completely legit or not, well, not against you. It's just we talked about it before. That's an inside joke. We'll keep it there. But you have to be pretty proud of your defensive season so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's one of the things I pride myself on is playing good stay-at-home defense and helping my team keep the puck out of the net. I can also hop in the play if need be, but I like playing at home and making good breakout passes and just playing shutdown D.
Now you guys have both played together for a while.
Yep.
Oakland Junior Grizzlies organization. You guys got to play together. Describe each other as a teammate then, and what's changed to now, if anything. Carter, you go first. On the spot, here you go.
The number one thing I've noticed is his maturity level. Coming here, I had a couple problems with him, but as
all right, we won't delve into that. That'll be a post-show discussion.
Stay off. But playing with him another year and coming to juniors, and as I said before, living on your own and everything, it obviously helps with maturity. And that's the one thing I noticed with him is he acts like a young adult now, and it's really respectable.
Well, roles reversed. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I mean, him on the ice, he's a great player. He's one of those guys you want to be on the ice with because he'll take the puck in the corner and grind it out, and you'll be standing at the blue line not having to do a thing. And then every once in a while, he'll throw the puck up to you, get a shot on net, he'll take it right back. So you don't really have to do a lot of work when you're out there with him. But off the ice, he's a great guy, great team kid. Everyone loves him, works hard. And, I mean, being friends with them off the ice, hanging out, he's a great kid.
That certainly helps being far away from home as well.
Yeah.
Having that familiar presence, so you can hang out with it. If you have an issue, you can talk to him about it.
I mean, we're two of the only kids that are still in school, so we get together a lot and take our online classes. And
is that how you guys do the high school thing?
Yeah.
You guys do it online?
Yeah.
I had no idea, to be honest with you. Okay, here at the NAHL, playing some of the same teams 16 times. Now, I heard your answer before to this question. Clean it up a little bit. How is it playing the same teams over and over again?
It's rough.
Okay, that's okay. That's clean.
It gets kind of annoying at times because you know everyone and you get kind of annoyed with them. But I mean, you know everyone's tendencies, so it gets a bit easier towards the end.
And they know yours, though. That's the adjustment.
True. That's true. But
is that something that, as the season has gone on, you go, okay, you're going in on a guy or you're going against a team, okay, they have to know this about me. Is that something you change, or you just play your game?
Just play your game. Just stick to your game and do it the best you can.
At the end of the day, you play your game better than they play their game. You'll probably come out with more goals.
For sure.
Looking forward to the playoffs, guys?
Yeah.
A lot of work to do, though. We've got 4 games left.
Yeah.
In the locker room, is it even discussed as far as the chance of winning the regular season title? You look at it and go, now we're so close to it. You guys win all 4 games, which is a distinct possibility. Mm-hmm. You think about, wow, we can win this whole thing. Is that really a focus, or is it just all preparation for the playoffs? Or the combination of the two?
Well, obviously, everyone's excited for the playoffs and what's to come for the near future, but all we're focused on is the next game and bringing that intensity, that playoff intensity to the regular season games. We think that's important. But no, we try not to focus too much on, we try not to look too far ahead. But yeah,
that is the wise decision. Coaches always like to preach that. They don't even say next game. Don't even look at the next shift. You're only as good as your next shift.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm sure Coach Coombs preaches on the bench.
Oh yeah.
Well, 2 more games coming up this weekend against Johnstown here at home. 4 more points. Hopefully you guys can pick those up.
Yeah.
And good luck to you this weekend and the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. Carter Worley and Michael Underwood for the Players Spotlight. When we come back, we'll bring back head coach Joe Coombs, and we'll talk about the upcoming weekend and wrap it all up. This is the Aston Rebels Coach's Corner here on AstonRebels.com. Since 1984, Delaware Express has offered full-service ground transportation services for business and leisure travel via airport shuttle, town car, motor coach, van, sedan, and limousine. A member of the Go Airport Shuttle Network with more than 100 dedicated drivers supported by professional dispatch, safety, customer service, and maintenance teams. Delaware Express has grown to be the largest and most trusted ground transportation provider in the area. Visit www.delexpress.com for more information. Mainline Health is the exclusive medical provider for the Aston Rebels. Mainline Health is a regional health system with more than 2,000 board-certified physicians, 5 of Philadelphia's most respected hospitals, and a wide network of patient care locations. Mainline Health, well ahead. P&S Ravioli Company are makers of all-natural fine pasta since 1966. It has been voted Best of Philly and Reader's Choice Award winners. P&S has 5 local locations and is sold in your local supermarket. P&S's featured products include cheese ravioli, spaghetti, cheese cavatelli, jumbo stuffed shells, along with fine sauces to go with your pasta. And P&S ships all of its products in the continental United States. Order online at www.psravioli.com. Visit one of their 5 local locations or your local supermart. P&S Ravioli, better than homemade. Citizens Bank delivers a broad range of financial services to over 5 million individuals, companies, not-for-profits, and institutions. Make sure you visit the Aston Giant branch on Concord Road for all of your financial services needs. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the IceWorks Pub here in Aston, Pennsylvania. We bring back head coach Joe Coombs. Thanks so much for sticking around for us. 2 more games against Johnstown coming up this weekend. Woo. Now, looking quickly back, a number of these games have had high penalty numbers. Woo. Not the case this weekend, so that obviously is going to be a focus, run away from the rough stuff if possible against the Johnstown Tomahawks.
Yeah, I don't think that either team wants to.
You think they may be done with it as well for now?
For now.
Yeah.
For sure, but, that's...
It's tough because you don't want to get anybody suspended.
You got to go and you got to continue to play hard, but you don't need any suspensions.
Or injuries.
And the games, the 2 games are, they're more meaningful to us than they are them because they're not...
They're pretty much locked in third, if I do the math right.
Yeah, because they're 9 points behind.
They're 9 points behind you guys, and I think they're just they're 9 points ahead.
We're exactly tied with
New Jersey now.
New Jersey, so but I'm not even a scoreboard watcher. I can't even believe you have me talking statistics here, Tom. But yeah, we're New Jersey and I are both, are both 9 points ahead, so they can't claim first or second, so they're meaningless to them. And I don't think that
Will Express Grant, I don't think they can catch him either.
They can catch him. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe they'll want to send a tone, or I know they're not going to be very happy. I mean, coming in, we just went into their house and took 2, so it's no different. I remember them leaving here 2 months ago, taking 2, and I wasn't very happy Monday morning. So I'm pretty sure Mike Lutizzi isn't either. So.
I noticed Hansen played both games last weekend. Normally, that's a pretty rare thing that's been this year. You've actually had him going back and forth for the most part. Was that something that was planned, or how did that kind of come about?
We, believe it or not, we've had some schools in. It's very rarely do you make a decision based on who's in watching. But we had a couple 20-year-olds, and Hansen, not that he's 20, but there was one school in particular that came in to see him, in fact, back-to-back games, and it's worked out that way. Trevor's last outing, he was really good. It just sort of been, we were going to make a decision on one guy, but Trevor's been fantastic all year long, and I know that we need him, and he's going to have every opportunity here. I think he'll probably play Friday night, Saturday for sure, if not. But we got to get him some work here. We got 4 games left, and I think Darian's played the last 6. So we got to get him back in the swing of things here, and he's been great for us. And the rotation was going to end. I was comfortable with it all year, but I'm not comfortable enough to stay with it in the playoffs. So, we'll see how things finish up here. But, they've been great. They've been great partners and both been good teammates, and they've been fantastic for us both. I mean, I don't know where we'd be at the start of the year without Trevor, and he was fantastic early, and he's really kept it up. And Darian's had a great year as well, and so it's flipping the coin here at times.
What a terrific problem to have, trying to decide which goaltender to put in. There are a lot of teams out there in just about every league in the world that they have a number one and they have a number two. You have two number ones. That's a nice problem to have.
You know what they have? They both had off nights, which we all have, but they're both great kids and they're both great goalies, and it has absolutely been a good problem to have, and the thing about a team is that at the end of the day you need everybody, and it might be maybe one day it's a simple task and the next day it's a lot, but you need everybody, and that's one thing that those goaltenders have both understood, that we need them both, and I know they still should, but even our hockey team, I mean, Colt McMiniman early in the year was in and out of our lineup, and Dom Garcia and Carter Woolley. I mean, Carter Woolley's just an absolutely phenomenal teammate. Michael Underwood's been in and out at times. He's a young kid. Everybody. I mean, there's nobody's butt I haven't been on. There's everybody's gonna get a lashing at some point.
And it's not just about this year with this team. It's you're building these guys for the future. And speaking of, you just mentioned Colt McMiniman. He just signed on. He's going to play for Stevenson University next year.
I couldn't be happier for him. I know that what a great young man. I can't say enough about some of those kids. I mean, all of them. I enjoy them all. But Colton, Carter, Dom Garcia, those guys have just been they're just everyday people that they're way ahead of, their maturation process is way ahead of where their age is, and they understand, taking out the garbage and making your bed in the morning, and all those things that kids want to roll up, and mom's got a bowl of cereal waiting for you, and those kids aren't afraid to work a day in their lives, and they've been a big part of our team, and I couldn't be happier for Colton and the way and how far these kids have come.
Yeah, so congratulations to Colton again. One of the main points of the NAHL is to try to get guys to the right, not just to get them to college. You don't want to force them to Division
Get
I.
them to the right place.
Get them to the right place.
Yeah.
And Stevenson is going to be a right place for a lot of the guys here at the Rebels. A few guys have signed on there. They're a brand new program. Former Newman coach Dominic Dawes.
Stealing all the locals from
Matt Tendler. But you know what? It's a great opportunity for all those guys going to Stevenson, Newman, or anywhere else. So, again, congratulations to you on getting Colton to the next level in his life.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it for us. Again, Joe, thanks so much for joining us. Remember, fans, this coming weekend, it is 2 games here at home against the Johnstown Tomahawks, both Friday, Saturday night, starting at 7 p.m. Friday night, take advantage of the Foursome Friday Fun Pack. 4 tickets, 4 sodas, 4 hot dogs, $35 each. And then on Saturday, after the game, you can take pictures with your favorite players. And again, that's coming up Friday and Saturday night, 7 p.m., both against the Johnstown Tomahawks. On next week's Coach's Corner, I'll be joined by head coach Joe Coombs, at least that's the plan. Drew Blackman and Frank Spellman will be in the players' spotlight. You know what? I don't mean to bust the chops, but sometimes things happen. We can. 2 of the 3 guys who were on here tonight were not planned, and what's happened a few times. But a great job by all the players and coaches, kind of stepping up and taking care of business and helping us out. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to promote you guys. So
sure.
I do appreciate you guys all.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Tom.
So again, thanks so much for joining us again. Next week it is Joe Coombs, Drew Blackman, and Frank Spellman against next week at 7 p.m. Now, for all of us here at the IceWorks Pub and Grill, thanks to Dom Garcia. Actually, no. Again, see, Ron Burgundy. He was supposed to join us on the show, and he did not make it, unfortunately. We'll have Dom on in a future date. But thanks to Connor Willey and Michael Underwood, and, of course, Joe Coombs for joining us. And thanks to everyone here at the IceWorks Pub and Grill. And that'll do it for tonight's Aston Rebels Coach's Corner. My name is Tom Wilms, and we'll see you next week.
Aston Rebels fans.
So I told my wife, I'm not taking out the trash. I'm going to the game.
Loyal and strong.
I told my family to drop the video controllers. We're going to the game.
Even defiant.
I called my boss and told him I was out sick.
Join the rebellion with the excitement and family fun of Aston Rebels ice hockey.
He shoots! He scores! Get
your tickets now at AstonRebels.com and check us out on Facebook.
Oh, jeez, my boss is here.
Hide me!
Aston Rebels Ice Hockey will make a Rebel fan out of you. Proud members of the North American Hockey League. Go to AstonRebels.com.